Good morning, gang. All right, it's Friday the 23rd of November 2018. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. Another dull day out there. It got very, very dull yesterday, didn't it? Eh? Very, very dull. And as the day went on, it got more and more kind of heavy, although it didn't rain at all. And it wasn't so warm. It wasn't so cold yesterday, so I was pleased about that. Anyone going out for the Black Friday thing? Oh, they're all going mad. My email box this morning is an absolute... I mean, if it's not bad enough on a normal day, it is an absolute deluge with emails left, right and centre from shops and organisations and company that are trying to sell me stuff that I don't really want. You know, I'm sitting here now thinking, what do I actually want? Nothing. Nothing. The idea is to get you to see a picture of something and then to tempt you to want it, to buy it. But is the deal there or not? That's the question. You need to have known the price before today to know whether it's a deal or not, because a lot of people are hooked up on this. And they rush out into those stores. I mean, we've got so many stories this morning. In the Daily Mail, for example, Black Friday chaos as frantic shoppers clamber over each other to grab buggers. I mean, peasants, dear. Peasants. How can you be fighting in a shop? They were doing it in Aldi, of all places, yesterday. There was nothing to do with Good Friday. Apparently, Kevin the Carrot, who has become a bit of a character. Now, just in case some of you are wondering, it's not a real person or a real carrot, okay? It's this made-up thing that Aldi are using as their advert thing for Christmas. And they used the same thing last year. Although they've made all these, I have to say, very, very good, entertaining videos about Kevin the character. Anyway, they've now bought out a Kevin the Carrot. They've now bought out a Kevin the Carrot plush doll. How do you call it a doll? It's not a doll, is it? A character. A plush, soft toy character, which was in Aldi yesterday. Oh, they were fighting in the aisles. Are you for real? Fighting over a plush toy? Peasants, dear. Absolute peasants. Each and every last one of them. Anyway, in the Daily Mirror this... I mean, you would... Come on, I don't believe any of you lot would. You wouldn't, would you? You would not fight over a plush doll. I'm sure you wouldn't. Now, that's great, isn't it? I've lost the blooming story now. Things keep going wrong this morning. Let me see if I can get that back now. Where's that gone there? There it is. Black Friday chaos as frantic shoppers hit the world shops. Of course, this came from America. You know, surprise, surprise, where people are fighting in the shops for this, that and the other. Black Friday is one of the busiest shopping days of the year now, and it's arrived with shocking scenes already starting to erupt in the world. I mean, how desperate must you be to save 50 quid off something? God's sake, man, just don't have it. If you can't afford it, don't have it. It's one of the most violent as well, it says here in the Daily Mirror this morning. With plenty of bargains up for grabs, shoppers can get impatient and even aggressive as they hit the high street. Best thing to do, don't go. Don't go and waste money on stuff you don't want. And this year is no different. Shocking scenes already starting to erupt in stores across the world this morning. In their quest to snap up bargains, shoppers in a South Africa mall, what do they call it, a shopping centre, dear? Who said mall? No, dear. This is the United Kingdom shopping centre. Please stop trying to change our words. And the Daily Mirror, you should know better. Daily Mirror. Shoppers at South African shopping centre were seen breaking into a store as staff tried to keep them out. In their quest, footage shows staff pushing against the door of the shopping centre before they began to break open and people started to flood in. I mean, you've got to see the pictures. Look at them all in the Daily Mirror this morning. You see that? Look at them. And then there's another picture down there. People buy at a supermarket during a Black Friday. So here's Brazil. That's the one underneath there. Look at them buying the tellies. Literally grabbing them off the shelves. God's sake, man. Screams are heard, and so people begin to rush between the potential bargains, ripping signs and destroying displays in the way. Some are seen stumbling and falling over, while one woman appears to be trapped as shoppers barge past her. You couldn't make it. It's like a comedy scene, isn't it? Well, it is to me. I find this whole thing absolutely hilarious. You know, when we were younger, we couldn't afford everything, so we just didn't have it. End of. No, we've got to, oh, bargain, 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 must have it, must have it, must have it. Dear. Staff are heard shouting as they attempt to restore order, but the crowds are out of control. Meanwhile, another video shows a crowd frantically entering a game store, again in South Africa, which has been captioned, "It's the end of the world." Dear, dear me. I hope you're not going to be part of this, gang. I really do. Look, I mean, what? Come on, you surely you don't want to go there. Surely you wouldn't want to go somewhere like that. And so many other shops would be like that. That's Macy's in New York. There it is again. Let's have a look at that. I've been there once. Not when it was like that. Thank you very much. People fall and barriers collapse as the rush of screaming people enter the shop. At one point, a security guard is seen holding a gun as people enter the shop. Meanwhile, Black Friday shoppers fled in terror and hid in stores when a gunman opened fire inside packed shopping centre before he was shot dead by police. Oh, several shoppers were seen with their own guns drawn amid the chaos at the River Chase Galleria in U.S. city of Hoover, Alabama. The centre was crowded with people taking advantage of our early Black Friday sales when a gunman got into a fight with an 18-year-old just before 10 p.m. on Thanksgiving night. And there's a shooting scene. But I don't know. I mean, for God's sake, man. But you must, if you are going, please, you've got to know, as I said right at the beginning of the show, that your the thing you want was at a higher price earlier on. Please know that before you go in. And if you're going in to get a telly and you know what the price is and you know it's cheaper, go in and buy that telly and get out again. Don't start looking around at everything else, because you'll end up with baskets and baskets full of rubbish that you didn't really need. Oh, it's a nice dress. Oh, it's a nice pair of earrings. Oh, a lovely pair of slippers there. You got a pair of slippers, you got a pair of earrings, and you got a dress. Don't waste your money. Similar to the show I did a couple of days ago on Christmas. You know, you do not have to buy everyone a Christmas present just because you think you should. They end up, you know, it's happened to me. You end up with stuff, you know, oh, thank you very much for the present. I don't want this though. Well, so what was the point of that? It's just a complete and utter waste of money. Get your family round and have a lovely time with them. But don't go out and spend £200, £300, £400 on everyone just because you think you should get a present. Or they've given you one. Just because they've given it don't mean you have to give one back. Doesn't. Me and my friend this year, my best mate Ron, we have set a limit on our shop because, I'll be honest, our little presents have been getting a little bit high in value towards each other at Christmas time. And there has been occasions where the present hasn't quite worked out for me. I mean, I bought a couple of things for him and they're still in boxes 3 years later. Things don't get used. Well, what was the point of that? What a bloody waste of money that was. An absolute waste of money. You know, don't do it. Don't do it. If and again, you know, the whole, well, ask them what they want. Well, that kind of spoils the surprise element then, doesn't it? Yeah, you need to kind of ask around the subject of the question. Oh, what do you think of, I don't know, what do you think of that jumper there? Oh, that's really nice. I'd love one of those. You know, something like that, but not, you know what I mean, Right, let's say hello to some of you this morning. Mark Jones is here. Good morning, Mark. Mark, Evan Mack, I beg your pardon, down in Cornwall. Morning, Evan. Diane Jebb. Hello, Diane. Weird City Citizen says, I love the opening sunset picture. Is it the view from where you are? Yes. Yes, they are all little views, and some of them are extremely close to me, and some of them are just down the road, but there's nothing that's more than a couple of miles from me. Yeah, that's all scenes from around here, okay? That's the opening video for down here, and we have a different one from when I'm in Berkshire, which will be tomorrow. Well, I'm not always with you on a Saturday morning. Remember that, gang, okay? Hello to Robert Lunn. Good morning, Robert. Did I say hello to you, Diane? Good morning, Diane. Ray Reynolds is in the house. Good morning, Ray. Robert says it used to be 5 minutes, now it's going to be 6.5. Are you timing it, then? Are you timing it, Robert? You sit there with a stopwatch. Oh, wow. You're like one of those people that upload bits of telly that have gone wrong. Aren't you? He sits there timing it. Why would you do that? Strange and mysterious. Without an echo. Without an echo, yes. Let's have a look there. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Morning, Michael. Hope you're having a good weekend. By the way, whenever I see Michael now, it reminds me to tell you when my karaokes are. We've got karaoke tonight, boys and girls, if you're in North London, at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. If you want to join us there. Friday karaoke tonight from 8:30 at Central Station, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. All right? Hello to Paul and Lou. Good morning, Paul and Lou. That's a nice name. Paul and Lou. That's got a ring to it, isn't it? Not all names have got rings to them, have they? My sister and her husband, that works. Martin and Sharon. Stacey and Gary. Tracy and Ben. Yeah, that rings together. But sometimes you hear two names together and it don't go together. Like Chris and... Well, nothing goes together with my name. That's why I'm sad and lonely all on my own. That's why. In the words of Baby James. Hello to Sarah Lou Lace. Where have you been, dear? You've been away for a while, haven't you? Hello, Sarah. Are you doing your birthday greetings? Of course. Sandra Blanchard. Good. Oh, no, hang on a minute. That's another message. I'm having a moment. Resetting. Good morning. Fast forwarding. Okay. Sarah Lou Lace, good morning. All this clambering for material goods on Black Friday is so embarrassing. Yes, it is. Just looking at I can't wait for the papers later, like the Evening Standard or tomorrow morning. You wait till you see people fighting in shops to save a few quid. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It really is. Morning to John Parrish. Good morning, John. Wendy, good morning, dear. Are you doing your birthday greetings? Please say happy birthday to my mum, Sandra Blanchard. Good morning, Sandra Blanchard. I will have to write that down. Sometimes, though, because that's not in the list that will come out, I might forget that at the end. So I better do it now. Happy birthday, Sandra Blanchard. Happy birthday, Sandra. Happy birthday, dear Sandra. I've got hiccups. Happy birthday to you. All right, Sandra. Hope you're still enjoying the shows, dear. Good morning. And Wendy, of course. Morning to Thomas over on there on the Vaughan Live. Morning, Thomas. Wendy says, thank goodness I'll be working. Won't be going anywhere near the shops for the Black Friday crazy. No, it's just stupid. It's just ridiculous. Oh, it is. Anyway, Wendy, is this the first time you've noticed my cock clock? Do you like my cock clock? That was a gift from my mate, Ron. Nice, isn't it? That was just a random gift. He turned up at my house. I've got something for your new Lincolnshire television complex. Here it is. My cock clock. Sometimes the that goes a bit faster and sometimes not so fast. But my bedroom is on the other side of that wall. So I have to remove that clock at night because it's, although you can't hear it, 3 o'clock in the morning, it's really loud. And sometimes the thing knocks against the wall. I mean, they're not brick walls in here, are they? I don't know what they are, plasterboard or some sort of plastic, I suppose. Paul and Lou say, is it true your Chris Reardon merchandise is for sale on Black Friday? There's no merchandise, I'm afraid. There's none at all. I am thinking of selling used clothes. I mean, can you imagine, Paul? You know, owning one of my old T-shirts that I had, or one of my old shirts that I had actually worn while doing one of these worldwide broadcasts to the world, the universe and beyond. Can you imagine owning one of those? How much would that be worth on eBay? Huh? They're all on there selling their little Kevin the Carrots for 300 quid on eBay. What would they pay for one of my shirts? Oh my God! Can you just imagine? Just imagine the jealousy on your friends' faces when you turned up with a shirt at some sort of party or something. Which, I don't know what size you are, Paul, which perhaps didn't fit you, whether it was too big or too small, one of the two, right? And might have had a little bit of a stain on it. And people would say, oh, wow, you know, didn't you have time to put a clean shirt on? And then you would come out with it. This was one of Chris Reardon's original shirts as worn during his internationally renowned television programme, United Kingdom Talk, on Daily at various times. And they would then go, wow, it's not. And they said, just a minute, I haven't finished yet. It hasn't even been washed. Beads of my sweat underneath the armpits, perhaps the odd stain here or there. And you could own one of those, Paul. There you are. The perfect, I expect I will now start getting private emails and messages from people wanting to purchase such a thing for their little dears, for their Christmas gifts. Yes, I think so. I think so. Now, don't all go mad. I've only got about 100, okay? 100 maximum, which will go to the highest bidder. Press your buttons now. In the words of the great late Marty Kane. How I did like her. Marty Kane on New Faces. Do you remember her? Oh, yeah, and Spaghetti Junction. I wanted Spaghetti Junction, that marvellous scoreboard with the lights going around it. So much better than the pathetic little thing on Come Dancing and your scores. That's it. That's it. They just open this piece of paper. Where's the excitement in that? Bring back Spaghetti Junction from New Faces. That's what we want. Or one of the original Eurovision songboards. Not some sort of electric thing superimposed onto a screen. No! We want a big electric scoreboard behind us with lights and flipping over numbers and things like that. So much more exciting, dear. Joanna's looking for a new keyring. No keyrings, Joanna. Sorry, darling. No keyrings. Hello, Kate. All right, Katie, you lovely lady. Good morning, Katie. Oh, some of you on YouTube might have seen a little bit of a test going on yesterday. I was trying to sort something out, so there we are. That was what was going on there yesterday. Thomas never went to a Black Friday sale. No, and don't start, Thomas, because I don't believe you save anywhere near as much as you think you are. I reckon a lot of the shops put the shop up. We're savvy to this now. We're quite savvy to this now. I've seen prices of stuff shoot up a couple of weeks before Black Friday and then come back down to just above the normal price. So watch out for that, okay? Poor Claire is very ill at the moment with a cold. Someone breathed a load of germs right in my face last week. Disgusting people, Claire. I hope it wasn't any of my customers, dear. Aren't they awful? People should be made to wear masks. They do in, is it Hong Kong or China? They walk around with masks all the time, don't they? I wonder if they've got less rates of colds and flu because of that. Might be worth, perhaps I should be wearing a mask now. Not that I would ever give you any of my germs. I'm a bit tight with germs, to be honest. You know, if you want my germs, you're going to have to pay for it, perhaps as an additional present. What I could do is, if you're going to buy one of my used shirts unwashed with beads of sweat and small stains over them, I could, as an additional offer, sell you a jar of air exhaled by me. You know, I could open the jar, put the top on and sell that. That would be worth an awful lot of money on eBay. Possibly breaking the servers at eBay headquarters, wherever that is. Probably in Luxembourg or somewhere like that, so they don't have to pay tax. Ghastly people, dear. All right, Wendy, happy birthday to your lovely Sandra there. Good morning to Yasser. Which days do you have a talk show? Most days, Yasser. Most days, round about this time normally, but it can come at any time, day or night. You never know. I'm like a burglar. I'm like a burglar that burgles your computer at certain times of the day and night. Usually round about now, sometimes a bit later. Rarely very much earlier, okay? The sound of a ticking clock. It is very soothing, Wendy. Yes, I've got a ticking clock in my bedroom, but it's not a direct tick. It kind of rubs a bit against the wall. Do you know what I mean? I don't hear this ticking. It kind of go... not as loud as that, but at 4 o'clock in the morning, it sounds like that. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. I'll tell you why a little bit later on, okay? Sharon should make some T-shirts for you. She did before, actually. She has. She did make some T-shirts for me at one point. We gave away T-shirts one year. T-shirts one year. Mugs. We gave away mouse mats. This year, nothing. Nothing. This year, nothing. Right, Katie. Sorry to turn you off there, Katie. £5 bid for the bird jacket. £5? Are you for real? Cost more than that, dear. And the jackets are not for sale. Only shirts. Thank you. Thomas is not going to wait outside in a line overnight. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Good morning to Paul Gallagher. Are you in Japan this morning, Paul? Are you in Japan? What are you doing over there? A little holiday or something like that? Claire, it wasn't Central Station. I can't come and sing tonight. Oh. Well, we've missed you already. I'm missing you already, Claire. Missing you already, darling. All right. I've been very bad with the food this week again. God. I'll tell you about that later. Paul and Lou are offering £3 for the cock clock. No, that was a gift. I don't sell gifts, dear. Gifts are not for sellings. Thank you. Claire wants the jacket for £10. No, jacket's not for sale. Only the shirts, dear. £11, Paul says. No, nothing for sale. Sunil says, I want to learn English. I'd like to learn anything, to be honest. Welcome to the show, sir. All right, is that everyone? No one on Periscope this morning? I do wonder if anyone likes Periscope at all. Oh, someone said, hang on a minute. Did I miss something out? But yeah, Paul fighting in Audi over a Kevin the Carrot. Bloody idiots. Well, they are. I think it's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous to be fighting over a plush toy, for God's sake. It's madness, isn't it? Absolute madness. Good. So, there's your early messages coming in there. Let me have a look. I'm getting a lot of those chain messages at the moment. Snowball fights. The first one to send you a Christmas message. I don't pass any of those on at all, I'm afraid. Ever. Do you? I get fed up with those chain messages come around. You know, oh, I want to raise awareness for cats with one eye. That sort of thing. If you copy and paste this. No, not going to copy and paste it because I'm miserable. I'm miserable. Got my own problems, thank you very much. I don't need to let everyone else see the others. God's sake. Although I must say, there was someone on there, a friend of mine, who was a DJ for years and years, and I attached, what's the word? Not attached. I clicked with his comment on there, which basically says, you know, where are all the people I knew from all the years ago? Because as a DJ, he would have met and worked with thousands and thousands of people. And they're just not there anymore. No one keeps contact. And now and again, I must admit, I've reached out to perhaps an ex-customer or an ex-work colleague, only to have nothing come back at all. And I mentioned this before. It's the weirdest thing that it really is strange that nobody seems to want to know you when you've stopped doing that particular job that you do. I don't know if it's the same in other spheres of life. Really, I can only speak from my DJing. But it is weird. And he was quite upset by this, and I sent him a little message. Oh, no, I haven't sent him a little message yet, but I must do so. To say, you know, don't worry about it. It seems to be the same for all of us. My other friend, David Rosen, says the same. He can count on one hand the amount of people, and thousands and thousands of people he's played to or worked with over the years, and no one keeps in contact. Isn't that odd? That's why family is very, very important. Something I've learned. Family is very, very important, and it doesn't matter. But mind you, on the other hand there, even some of them don't keep in contact. You know, one of my cousins, I've rung her for years. You know, now and again, not regular, every week, now and again, a phone call never comes back the other way. And then when you were last time, I left a year between the phone calls. And I think it was my aunt that answered. And the conversation started, oh, we wondered where you'd gone. We haven't heard from you for so long. Well, why didn't you pick up the phone? No one rings. It's actually quite hurtful. I find it quite hurtful. Have you found the same with people? And a text. I don't like those texts as well. You know, the texts you get. Haven't seen you for ages. Give me a ring. Why didn't you ring? Yeah, are you on some sort of contract where you've got to pay for all the calls or something? I don't think any of those exist anymore, do they? But no one rings. No one tries to keep in contact. It's weird. It's very, very strange indeed. Wendy's slipped off as well, have you? Put a stone on there. I haven't got to a stone yet, Wendy. Last time I looked, it was £10. You and me too, darling. Yeah, and it's. I am much better than I was before, to be honest, Wendy. I tend not to eat things between meals at all. I don't go out and buy bags of crisps, although I had one last night, the first one for ages. And that's because my nephew had a bag. I don't buy sweets and crisps generally. But when I have dinner, I'm not sticking to the Slimming World dinners. Okay? Which I'll tell you in a minute. Katie's offering $20 for the shirt. No, not enough, Katie. I think you want to put another zero after that, my darling. You need another zero. We can't start the bidding too low. All right? Michael says, I'll give you £10 for your boxer shorts. You can have them. You can have them. They're getting a bit tight, to be honest. You're coming for Monday, aren't you? Hey, look, Katie, there are 7 people in my family. I talk to one. You know, it's odd. It doesn't happen with my family up here. My sister rings me. My niece rings me. One of my nephews rings me. The other one's just too busy all the time. And it works the other way as well. But I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Let's have a look here. Who's on the old things this morning? One moment. Let's go there. Let's have a look at our text in number. Sometimes I forget to do this. Here we go. Messages. Where are we now? Oh, come on. It's a bit slow, this machine. It's a very old one. Look, I think that's an iPhone. What is this, a 4? Might be a 4. Oh, there we are. Good morning to Peter. Good morning, Peter. Okay, let's have a look. Chris, Chris, ignore the first message I sent. Okay, what was that? All right, okay, I'll start from there then, do I? All right. Hello to Peter, who's just up the road in Woodall Spa. He lives in the same village as my sister. He said, just going outside at the bins, back into the garage, and it's very cold outside. Oh, well, I haven't been outside yet, to be honest. Not been out there yet, Peter. I have yet to experience that. Perhaps I'll get cold this morning, will I? I do hope not. Good morning to you, Peter. Good. Where are we going? Claire, family is the most important thing. The older you get, the more you value them. Absolutely. Absolutely, Claire. Weird City Citizen, I find it rude when people only call because they want or need something, usually money or a lift. Yeah, and there was plenty of those over the years. Good morning, Chris. Morning, Chris Grant with us this morning. They just ring, oh, hello. And, you know, there was a lot of people like that, actually. And I would ring these people. I said, oh, hello, Chris, what do you want? I just rang up for a chat. Oh, right, okay, so how are you and all that, you know. Oh, did you watch this on the telly last night? Da, 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 da. And then they make some excuse to have to go. I went with a manager like that for years. The only time he ever rang was when he wanted something. Can't believe it. But there you go. That's life, isn't it? After the show yesterday, I popped into Boston, actually, to get some more of those smart plugs. I haven't got the front of the box now. Smart plugs in Argos. We parked up. My sister and Martin came over. Sharon and Martin came over. Her husband. Parked up the car, walked across the bridge. And there were a couple of tents set up with homemade Christmas presents. You know, wooden things. And pictures and stuff on bits of string and things like that, which I found quite quaint, that is. That's a nice thing to see, that is. people that have obviously made these things in their homes and were now trying to sell them. So I do hope they sold their stuff. There were some lovely little bits and pieces there, really. And we went to, let's remember, and proper advent calendars they had there, you know, with Jesus and Mary and donkeys. You know, I mean, advent calendars, what on earth has happened to those? This started, the first time I noticed this really was last year, when you had advent calendars that were bottles of perfume or items of jewellery or sweets. I mean, we've always had chocolate advent calendars, haven't we? But generally, you know, you don't have to open a door with a picture of Jesus on the front, or the baby Jesus, or a picture of a candle, or a picture of a sheep. Do you know what I mean? Nativity stuff. Now, the sweets have completely got rid of the religious side of the thing. And I think that's a shame. Whether or not you're religious, I think it's an enormous shame to remove all these religious elements from Christmas and to go out and buy an advent calendar with little drawers, I don't know, with various makeup items. There's a lipstick there, lip balm, that cheek powdery stuff every time you open it. And there's no mention whatsoever of the true meaning of Christmas. Nothing. I think it's absolutely hideous to buy these advent calendars with no mention of religion on there at all. But there you go, that's how it is now. There were proper advent calendars there yesterday, made out of some out of wood and some out of cardboard and stuff like that. So then we went to, where did we go after that actually? Did we go to a shop? I think we went into a couple of shops. Yeah, B&M, which is like a discount shop. I bought in there a rug for in here because the floor is very cold in the winter. Although I've put it down and it's a bit too small. There you go, one of those things. What else did I buy now? A rug and something else. Oh, a couple of smoke alarms. I didn't have any smoke alarms in here. I got carbon monoxide alarms. I've got 2 smoke alarms as well. So I'm nice and safe now, which I put up yesterday on my own. And they're on with screws and they fitted on the ceiling and everything. I was very impressed with myself yesterday. Absolutely. Where's Maureen this morning? Maureen's not here this morning. So we got those, and then we went to Tate's chip shop, where I went the other day, and I had chips and beans. Fortunately, and it seemed to have a much larger portion than I did the other day for some reason. I don't know why that was, but anyway. So I had chips and beans. My sister had lasagna and chips. She couldn't eat all that, and my brother-in-law, he had chips and I can't remember what he had now, actually. Can't remember. No, and we had that, and we felt very stuffed afterwards. Then I mentioned the apple pie, so Martin, because he shouldn't be eating any of this stuff. I mean, he's diabetic. We're trying to cheat the diseases. I'm trying to cheat my weight, if you're still there, Wendy, and he's trying to cheat his diabetes. But, yeah, I had that. When we called over the apple, I ordered an apple pie and ice cream, which I hope was going to be bigger than the one I had the other day, because it was minuscule the other day, dear. And he ordered some sort, I think, jam roly-poly or something like that. And then she come back 2 minutes later and said, we haven't got those 2 items. I think, okay, well, you're probably doing us a favour. You know, I was already full up. Didn't need an apple pie as well. And from there, we went to Argos to buy these plugs, you know, these smart plugs. And guess what? Sold out. Haven't got any. And the old thing, oh, well, we can order them online for you. I don't want to order them online. I want them now. This is one of the problems with shops now. Everything you want to order online. So from there, we then went to PC World. Incidentally, you remember my electricity cutout problems that I've been having? Yeah. So yesterday morning, I left the heater on in my bedroom the whole day. The entire day. Probably cost us a couple of quid, but there we are. We need to do that to test it all out, you see. Because the electricity was tripping out the night before. I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to reset the electric. Not in it. I have to go outside to do that. I think there's something wrong with the breaker. So yesterday I left it on all day, and I'll come to that in a minute. So couldn't order it in Argos. So I said, we'll go to PC World. And my sister, oh, I hate PC World. I said, well, don't worry, Sharon. You know, we will restrict ourselves in there as you don't like it to an hour. And she's got, oh no, please. The funny thing is about PC World, it's not just computers now, is it, in PC World? They got Hoovers, endless coffee machines. Again, another place. I was in John Lewis the other day. And I've never seen so many coffee sheens in all my life. When I was a kid, you put a spoonful of coffee in a cup, poured the water on, and there you are, coffee. And my brother-in-law was saying that yesterday. He went into, I don't know, Costa Coffee or something. He said, can I have a coffee, please? And of course, you know, she says, well, what one do you want? And he's like, well, I just want a cup of coffee. Well, what do you want on top? Well, just a cup of coffee. And they can't work it out. They don't know what to do. Funny, really, when I was in Vegas with my nephew, and they'd run out, they didn't have tea in one place, so I thought, oh, I'll try a cup of coffee, which I hated. Oh, it's so bitter. How can anyone drink that stuff? So bitter coffee. So out came this guy, ordered a cup of coffee, and he gave me a cup of coffee. You go in Costa or Starbucks, or I'll have a cup of coffee, please. No, I don't know what to do. Was it a flat white? I don't know what that is. What is a flat white? Don't know. I want a cup of coffee. Just give me a cup of coffee. I bet they try and do the same to the tea. Oh, yeah, well, I've had it with tea. I've had it with tea. Thickos making tea. Number one, you need boiling water. You must have boiling water with tea. Hot water will not do it. McDonald's tea is not boiling water, and you can tell from the taste. It's not very pleasant. I can definitely tell a difference in taste. And then I've been in a BP garage. Now, that is boiling water. Okay, so they put the have one bag or two. Oh, I'll have one bag. That'll be enough. Okay, and then they start to pour the milk. Don't pour the milk in. Oh, I'll put that in myself, because they put half a blooming thing of milk in. Or they might say, do you want hot milk or cold milk with that? What do you mean, do I want hot milk? What, with tea? Are you thick? So stupid, people. I mean, how can so many people be so bloody stupid? It's unbelievable. It's so difficult. No one knows how to do anything anymore. So we went to PC World. Once again, do you sell these plugs? Oh, I don't know. Let's go round here. We'll have a look round here. Is that it? Is that it? A Wi-Fi extender? No, it's a Wi-Fi plug. You turn it on and off by now. She gets out the little book. Oh, no, we haven't got it here. I can order it online for you. No! I could have done that on Amazon, dear. I could have sat at home in my nice, warm Lincolnshire television studio complex and ordered it from here. Why would I have come to the shop? They just don't have anything in the shops anymore. No wonder they're in such trouble. So the next time I want something, I won't bother to go there anymore. I'll just order it off Amazon. So much easier. And that's the shop's fault. That's not my fault. That's the shop's fault for not having something I wanted in stock like they used to have. How many times in the past when you were a child did you go into a shop? Oh, well, we can order it for you. No, it would just be there. It would simply be there out the back in the warehouse or something, wouldn't it? Now, oh, we can order it online for you. Well, I could have done that at home. Waste of blooming time. Some of your messages. Katie says on the subject of the phone, people phoning you up, there's lots of people like that. There really is, yeah. There we are. Let's have a look. Thomas, tea and milk. Yeah, tea and a little bit of milk. Not too much milk, mind. Not too much milk, okay. So that was the afternoon. Came back here, had a little sleep. Got up, went to my niece's hairdresser's. My niece was in there working away with what she was doing, one of her friends last night, and she had trouble with her card machine. You know, she's plugging this card in the card machine. The money's not coming out. So my niece is going into meltdown. What was it? I think it was a hair colouring or something like that. And I said, how much was that then? 50 quid. 50 quid? To have a bit of colour put in your hair? Christ almighty. When you go out and get a set of felt pens and get your children to just paint it on. That'd do, wouldn't it? Maybe nail varnish, although that might go a bit hard, mightn't it? 50 quid to colour your hair? My niece looked up and she said, that's cheap. I said, blimey. Dear me. Mind you, I think my aunt was being done a while ago. Auntie Brenda, she's lovely, she is. Every time she went, it seemed to get dearer and dearer, and then it got to like 95 quid, and she found somewhere else. That was just outrageous what she was paying for her hair colouring. Terrible. And while I was in there, my nephew had this great big bag of Walker's Sensations. Cider vinegar, I think, or balsamic vinegar or something like that. So I had a couple of and that was it. Well, you see, Wendy, that was it. I had the taste. So I then went to Budgeon's, which is next door to it. Timmy's friend works in there, George. And I got a few bits and pieces for my niece and my sister. And I got myself a bag of vintage cheddar and chutney crisps. Oh, God, they're so nice. Great big, thick, huge bag. Huge. And I sat there and ate them. See, it's doing me no good, is it? No good at all. So from there, then she finished the haircut, as I say, and then we closed the shop up. She said, well, I've just got to go to Budgeon's. I said, well, I've just been in there for you. I'll have to come back in there for you again. And of course, while we're in there, I spotted something else. Pick and mix. I was determined not to buy a whole cup for myself, so I said to my niece, I said, do you want some of those? We'll go half each. Okay. So the only thing I picked out, of course, anyone want to guess? Vanilla fudge. Oh, I love vanilla fudge. Oh, it is to die for. It's probably the worst sweet you can have for Slimmer's World, fudge. I'm sure they told us that at some point. And she had non-dairy jelly beans because her little baby, I say little, is walking around now. He's over one. I think it's about one and a quarter, 1.5, something like that. He's walking around there. He can't have dairy, so that means, but he's still doing the breastfeeding, so she can't have dairy either. So she's got to be very picky for what she eats. So I think she had some jelly beans or something like that. And from there, I went round to my sister's house, and I watched. We were watching I'm a Celebrity. You know, I'm Celebrity Jungle. It was quite late actually. The two children, one was asleep, Emily was asleep. And George was still up. And when watching this I'm a Jungle thing, and Noel Edmunds was on there. So I quite like Noel Edmunds. And I thought he was quite funny on there. And then he had this little joke with John Barrowman. Now, I have to say, I've never been a fan of John Barrowman. He comes across as right up his own arse type person. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so I'll read you the story again in the Daily Mirror in a moment. Hang on a minute. In the Daily Mail in a moment, but I'll tell you what I saw first, just after some messages. Katie, you can get everything online. Yeah, you can, Katie. You can get everything online, but sometimes you like to have a little bit of a touch and a feel. And if you don't want to wait for it tomorrow, you jump in the car and go to a shop and you expect it to be there. But so many times it just isn't anymore. And we can get it online for you. Out comes the little book or the iPad, whatever they're walking around the shop with. Ah, it's no good to me, is it? Chris, it's the same like this up here. They charge us extra in the Highlands. So something free delivery in other parts of Scotland, we get charged $9.95, even though we live on the mainland. Yeah, and Chris, that's to do with privatisation, mate. When it was just the post office, they evened out the price of everything to everywhere, didn't they? So everyone paid the same. Since privatisation, if you're a little bit further and down the road, they charge you extra, which I think personally is wrong. I quite like the idea of everything evened out like it used to be. But there you go. It's just one of those things, Chris. Must cost you an arm and a leg to live in Scotland. The Highlands. What part of the Highlands are you in? Do let us know, won't you? Oh, okay. You're on the mainland. Yeah, but you're right up there, aren't you? In that beautiful place, the Highlands of Scotland. So stunning up there. Must go again soon. Robert says, did the electrician come and upgrade your box? No, not yet. I'll come to that in a minute. All right. Fudge, Katie says, is full of sugar. It is one of the worst sweets you can possibly have, I tell you. Anyway, so what I saw on the I'm a Celebrity thing was John Barrowman. He said, and Noel was talking to him from like a lectern. Noel, I think, is like this. I wasn't paying full attention to it, so I don't know exactly, but I just picked up on this. And John Barrowman stood up, and Noel said something to him, and he said, in a comical way, please don't scratch your crutch when you're talking to me. And he was, he was having a little bit. It wasn't my crutch, it was my stomach, and he got really annoyed. I mean, chill out, man. Blimey, he was really pissed off about that, and I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. You want to get down off your high horse, Mr. Barrowman. He's only having a joke with you. Another little snowflake. And at your age as well. You're 50, aren't you? Come on. You're not one of the kids getting offended by everything. Just take it as a joke. What was his problem? Oh, I'm John Barrowman. I am. Is that what it was about? Anyway, the papers have picked up on this as well this morning in the Daily Mirror. John Barrowman might be the darling of the I'm a Celebrity camp. Oh, really? But it was all changed tonight. The self-professed Queen of the Jungle has an unfortunately personality clash with the jungle's new arrival, Noel Edmunds. Noel, 69, and John, 51, so he's not young. John's 51. Didn't get off on the right foot when Noel took offence to John's sarcasm. Oh, did he? Ah, now I didn't see this bit, so I'm glad I've read this. I might have to take some of that back. Returning to the camp, everyone saw that it can be completely made over to become the Emperor's camp. So Noel Edmunds is now the Emperor. There was a throne by the fire, a Roman palace complete with 2 beds with duvets and towels and a podium. Was nice for Emperor Noel, said Malik. Oh, is he the mixed race lad? He's good looking, isn't he? And he good looking? Malik. Oh, yes, I would willingly sell my cat. He can come and stay in my caravan if he wants something. He's got nowhere to live. I don't know. Maybe he's homeless. You don't know. Emperor Noel sat down on his throne, unfurled a scroll and asked if everyone was paying attention. Yes, Emperor, replied John. Oi, that was set with a bit of sarcasm. Pack it in. I didn't ask for this role, sniped Emperor Noel. But in a comic way. Yes, I did see this. In a comic way. He said it in a comic way. John didn't get it. He just didn't get it. He thought it was all serious. You're enjoying it, though, what, though? Replied John with a smile. Later, John stood up and asked the Emperor a question, and Noel asked John not to scratch his groin when he spoke to the Emperor. I mean, look at his face. Look at his face in the Daily Mirror this morning. God. Anyone else see this? John says he wasn't scratching his groin and was not impressed with the comment, which was really obvious. He was really upset by that. And I'm thinking, for Christ's sake, this is supposed to be a bit of comedy here. Why don't you get it? Why don't you get it? Talking later in the Bush Telegraph, John said, I know he was trying to make a joke and be funny, but it didn't land well with me, and for that moment I'm probably being oversensitive, and it's this the exact time that my husband would say I need a sandwich. What? Christ, how can you be so sensitive? It's not his fault, and I'm an adult, I know that. It was just that moment, and some of us are feeling, So maybe there is an excuse there, I understand that. But for God's sake, come on, chill out, man. It's just a little bit of fun on the telly. And besides, most of you are paying shed loads of money to do this programme. You're going to have to put up with a little bit of that now and again for us to watch it. Thank you very much. Good. All right. Are you still with us, everyone, by the way? Am I going on a bit? Sorry. So that was that. Came back here and the heating was still on. The heating, just one radiator, had now been on the entire day. It hadn't cut out. I thought, fantastic. It must be working now. So I watched some television when I got in. I watched Doctor Who, actually, which was, again, they were trying to do a little bit of political stuff, I think. They were not as in Labour and Conservative. It was basically these robots and people that were working in a warehouse. And I immediately associated it with the people that work in warehouses such as Amazon and places like that. Now, we've heard stories from people that work at Amazon warehouses and Sports Direct, and they don't have a good time. It's an awful job, according to the people that work there. And the programme was very, very much along those same lines, with people being checked up on and all that. The sci-fi part of it were the fact that they were robots like men, like little delivery men, which I'm just surprised that the BBC was that, because they were all men. I'm surprised the women's liberation movement have not been in contact with the BBC. Where are the female robots? Where are the black robots? Where are the gay robots? I'm surprised they weren't on there then. You know what they're like, dear? Huh? Oh, God. Where is this world going? Anyway, so there were robots and I was watching it and it was all right. It was all right. But again, and the message was, treat your staff well. I think they were trying to get the message out then. And there's these subliminal messages in Doctor Who all the time now, Where has the science fiction gone? Okay, they were on another planet and they were robots, but that was about it. It wasn't a science fiction story. They were trying to teach us again. We had the racism thing with the bad treatment of black people in America. I think the 1920s or 30s. That was a couple of weeks ago. Then we had this thing on India. I want to see monsters. I want to see space type things. What's happened to all that? It's been every single show so far, and I'm very, very disappointed. Her acting is faultless. I think she's fantastic, Jodie Whittaker. Absolutely fantastic. It's the stories. It's the writers. Why are you trying to teach me stuff? I want to be entertained watching Doctor Who. Anyway, another one next week. So I watched that, then I went to bed. Heating on. So I thought, lovely. That would be fine tonight. That would be now around about 12:15. I've woken up around about 4 o'clock. Bit chilly in here. Electric's cut off again. Now, it had been on all day. Why? Oh, why is it switching off at night? There was actually less on, much less on than that breaker can take. It was off again. So I thought, well, I'm only going to do this once tonight. And knowing that I've now installed my smoke alarms and I've got carbon monoxide alarms, I went into the living room, lit the gas fire, turned it on full, left all the doors open, went round the side, turned my electric heaters off, went round the side, turned the electric back on because obviously the freezer, the fridge will have gone off. Everything's gone off, you see, which is a worry because tonight I leave here and I'm not back till Tuesday. And I'm worried now that this is not going to be sorted. Right? So I did that. Everything come back on again. Came in here, turned the electric heaters off. So I've got the gas fire on now. I've opened all the doors so the warmth comes right the way through, and I've gone to bed. I woke up this morning and it's reasonably okay and warm. The electric fan heater had turned itself on, as it should do at 7 o'clock in the morning, you know, for the last 45 minutes. So, of course, the warmth of it all coming through. Now, that I have to say that worked quite well, leaving the gas fire on all night. Would that be the same as leaving a boiler on all night? I don't know whether it uses more or less electric than a boiler and central heating. But, don't know. Could it be the cold affecting the breaker? That's the only thing I can think. If you can go the entire day and it doesn't trip, and yet once again at night, and it had been on at that point, it had been on 12, 13, 14, it had been on about 18 hours, but it decides to go off at 4 o'clock in the morning. So annoying. So annoying. So the bloke didn't come round yesterday. I did ring him and he said, we'll try and get there a bit later. We're chock-a-block at the moment. So I'm hoping that they come round today. I really don't want to ring up again or go in the office and say, well, will you be doing it today? I hate to chase people up like that, but I may well have to. I don't know. I don't know what to do, really. What would you do? Would you go back in the office and say, oh, look, I'm going away today. I've got a freezer and that on. I'm a bit worried it's going to cut out again. I might have to do that again today. I really don't want to rub them up the wrong way. You know, if they were busy, and that's it. But I'm going away. Got a freezer full of food. And a fridge. The fridge as well. Don't want to have to chuck it all out, do I? So that was my day yesterday. So disappointed. So disappointed. I really thought it was going to work again there and work properly all the time. But that's one of those things. All right, let's have a look. Weird City said, we are here. I know you are. Let's have a look. Katie, the old show. I love the old series. What, of Doctor Who? Yeah, me too. I love Doctor Who. John Parrish is falling asleep. I thought you sleep most of the time, aren't you, John? Over there in Singapore. Or is it Philippines? One of the two. I know you're somewhere like that, aren't you? Good morning to Gary Butler. Good morning from the soft play area. Good morning, Gary. Alicia. Good morning to Alicia. Tony Power. I watched John Barrowman and his dramatics last night, and I felt like throwing up after hearing his comments talk about drama and publicity seeking. I don't like that guy at all. Never have. No, neither have I, Tony. I've never liked him. He comes across as fake. I'm sorry, he comes across as fake. And last night we saw him really for what he really was, I think. Just didn't get... It was a harmless joke. It was a... You know what Noel Edmunds is like? He tells jokes. And he just didn't get it. I bet he votes Labour. Oh, you are awful, dear. Morning, Tony. Just a second. Let's have a look at right side up. Alicia, you're being bloody rude, aren't you? Just a minute. Dear, let's get rid of someone. That's the right one there. There we go. One moment, please. With your own moment, boys and girls. Just give me a moment of your spare, very, very important time. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, this computer has come to an abrupt halt. Never mind, I might have to deal with that later. Shall we deal with that later? You don't mind for a moment? We're going to go to birthdays in a minute anyway, boys and girls. I just want to read out the rest of the messages for you. At least those of you that aren't being rude. There we are. Ah, that's it there. There we are. There we are. Oh, aren't you ugly? No wonder you're sending ugly messages. You're very, very ugly, my darling. Anyway, we're going to block you now, so you're gone. Goodbye. Rude. I can't bear rudeness, dear. Morning to right side up. Good morning to you. Do you think I'm looking sharp this morning? Nothing better than usual, you know. Nothing. I could do with a shower, to be honest. It's starting to smell a bit in here. Minus 6 degrees. Yes, minus 6 degrees. Is that where you are this morning? No, thank you very much. It was minus 16 degrees 24 hours ago. Minus 16? Rather the you than me. Alicia says gay. No, really? Wow. Well, she's gone now. She won't be able to see this anymore. I've just blocked her. Congratulations for stating the obvious. I've got a... I can see a picture of her. If you want to click on her name, that is one of the ugliest people I've ever seen in my life. Look at the state of her. Dear, dear me. Anyway, that's it. One more thing to tell you this morning before we go to birthdays. There is a charming advertisement, except it's not, I don't think it is an advertisement. It's something someone has made on the lines of the John Lewis adverts that they do at Christmas. And it will have you in absolute tears. I don't want to tell you what it is because it will spoil it. If you go on my Facebook wall, okay, so if you're not on my Facebook, facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. You don't have to become a friend of mine, that's fine. Okay, just have a look on there and go down one below this show and you're looking for a post I've put up which looks like a video of a Christmas present and it says, "A little cry before you sleep, very moving." Watch that when I finish the show. It is, oh my God, you know, it will have you. It will absolutely have you. You'll sit there, totally give it your full attention, turn your mobile phone off, just watch that and you'll like it. Okay, absolutely charming. Once again, facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK and you'll find it just below this show. Good. Right, okay, gang, let's do today's birthdays and then I'll read out your final messages if you've got any more this morning. Happy birthday to Eric Martin Koppelman. Good morning to you, sir, and a big happy birthday to you. 58 years old on this Friday, the 23rd of November 2018. Daniel Hughes today is 55 years old today. Good morning, Daniel. Happy birthday to you. Sai Ranjan. Good morning, Sai. Happy birthday to you. Paul Reese. Morning, Paul. Happy birthday. Mark Turgeman. Morning, Mark. Happy birthday to you. Ramon. who I used to go to a club called Trade at Turnmills with many, many years ago now. Happy birthday, Ramon. And Tacuma Alexander. It's their birthday as well today. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Excuse me. Happy birthday. I think another cup of tea. Happy birthday to you. All right. Happy birthday, everyone. Just a reminder tonight, it's karaoke tonight. That's at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Starts at 8:30 and goes right the way through till midnight. Friday night karaoke tonight, Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road in London. All right, a few more little messages. Record broken after 29 years. Was it really? Gosh. Too cold for me, my friend. Too cold for me. Right side up, why do we concern ourselves about the past? Easier said than done, my friend. The stuff I've done or indeed not done in the past that I wish I hadn't done or indeed had done. It's difficult to get some stuff out of your mind, isn't it? It really is. You're quite right, though. I think if we could just keep moving forward all the time, I think we'd probably be happier. You're absolutely right with that one. Okay? Kate likes being my friend. Oh, thanks, Kate. Thanks, Kate. Paul says, love to you. Don't always agree, but you're more often right than wrong. I think I'm right all the time, Paul. People who have never seen this show before, I do wonder sometimes how they take it wrong. You do know most of the time I'm sending myself up, don't you? And again, sometimes like when I'm doing the karaoke nights, if you've watched our karaoke streams, it's getting harder and harder actually to stream on karaoke nights on Facebook. We keep coming across this copyright thing that they clearly don't work the same as YouTube. YouTube don't seem to have the problem. And we keep getting cut off on Facebook. It may get to the point where it just gets so bad that we have to just go on YouTube and be done with it. But at the moment, we're still trying Facebook Live. And sometimes I go and sing a song and I come on the stage. I say, you lucky people, it's time for me to sing. And then I sing my song and I'll say, well, that was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? That was the best song of the night I've done. We might as well go home now and stuff like that. I am actually singing myself up. You know that, don't you? I do think sometimes, no, they haven't got that. They didn't get it. Which makes it even funnier. Hello to Betta. Betty Norma is 88 today. Are you better, Betty? Oh, fantastic, Betty. Happy birthday to you, Betty. 88, fantastic. Happy birthday, sweetheart. You have a lovely time today. Thomas is saying, have a nice weekend. Thank you, Thomas. You too. Betty, we just come here. We just come here and we have a little bit of a laugh, Betty, every morning. All right, darling? And you're very welcome. I'm just about to go now, though. Okay? Your karaoke show is online. Yes. Vaughan Line should be carrying it. It'll be around about 8:30 tonight. So you should find that on Vaughan Live around about 8:30. But there's no... You can message each other, but you can't talk to me. I don't have my messaging over. I'm too busy to use messaging as well while I'm doing it. Okay, so often people do try and send us messages, and if I see it, I'll grab it. But often I'm not paying full attention to the screen because I've got an audience in front of me. So you have to give them your full attention first. Betty says, my grandson got me onto the Facebook. I'm new. Bear with me. Oh, right, don't worry about that, Betty. Welcome along, darling. Welcome to the show. We're glad you're with us, all right? Paul and Lou, I agree with you, Tony. What an idiot he was. John Barrowman, always been a drama queen. He's not my favourite person at all. I'm afraid, not my favourite person. All righty. Adam. Betty's thanking Adam. Now, I can't see Adam there. Are you meaning Adam the plumber? Because if he's there, I can't see him, Betty. That's strange, isn't it? Right, I'm going to leave it there, gang. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Hopefully be with you certainly Sunday, maybe not tomorrow, it just depends on time. Usually on a Saturday morning I'm a little bit too tired to get up early and I get up a bit later. Then I have to go down the shops on a Saturday as well, so I might not be here tomorrow, but you never know. I could appear in a puff of smoke. Have a lovely Friday and thanks for watching and listening. See you soon. Bye-bye now.